I'm going to show you how one content idea can be posted on multiple platforms so that you can save more time and be more consistent. Hey guys, Adam here from Hustle Savvy, helping you grow your audience online and build a business around your skills and passion. We all know it takes a lot of time to come up with one genuinely good piece of content. Remember, you need to do a lot of preparation before you start recording or writing your content, whether it's doing keyword research, analyzing the competition, or just updating some stats and numbers that you are including in your presentation. So rather than cracking your head time and time again on creating and generating new ideas, what about repurposing content? What about we just take the existing content that we have that's really good and find different ways to export it to different types of formats to be posted on different platforms? One thing to note though, if you're just starting out, I highly recommend that you stick to just one platform, two at most, because there's a lot of energy being put into just getting to know a platform and optimizing things. So it's best that you stay focused. But hey, if you're at that point where you are ready to expand and you have more bandwidth, or maybe you're just experimenting, right? You're trying to just scattershot and try different things very quickly, then this video will be helpful to you. Now, I'm going to start my example with the process of making videos because that's the strength that I have and that's the main focus that I have right now. And so imagine when we're trying to do video, the first thing we need is a script. Writing the script itself is going to help us narrow down our focus and make sure that we don't lose track of the different key points and messages that we want to include in our content. So it's like a draft, similarly when you're doing blogs, right? So that script itself is extremely valuable. How can we take that script and turn that into a piece of content? The obvious one, you already know, I just said it, it's video, right? I turn some text into actual video and I'm gonna edit that video and then publish it, whether on YouTube or Instagram, it doesn't matter. Now, once I have that piece of video, I can actually extract the audio portion and turn that into an audio clip for a podcast. Of course, there's a disclaimer here. It may not be suitable when you're doing tutorial-based content, for example, something that has a lot of visuals and you need to see what's happening on screen. You can, however, use interviews. You can use some listicles or tip-based videos that can be transformed easily into digestible audio podcast formats. So that's one example right there. Okay, moving on. Let's say from that video that we made, let's say it's 15 minutes, right? That's a decent length for a video. Now, what we can do is actually chop that video up into different pieces, or at least one smaller portion, and turn that into an actual bite-sized tip or advice that we can then use to be posted on other platforms. For example, Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. It can be a teaser for your actual video itself. So what you can do is edit that video a little bit, maybe add a short intro, add some text to it, add maybe a different kind of music in the background, whatever you want to do, or you can just keep it simple and at the end of it you can include a call to action to watch the full-length video on your YouTube channel. So let's go back to the actual script that we had written, which is in text format. We can actually turn that into long form text posts. Think of it as short form blogging. So you can go to Facebook, you can go to Instagram or even LinkedIn and actually turn that video script, modify the language a little bit, maybe add on or trim out some extra pieces of sentences or paragraphs, and then there you go, you have an actual post, which again, you can also include a CTA or a call to action to watch the actual full video on YouTube or any other platform. Now, there's another way for you to do short form blogging, and that's by creating carousel posts. On Instagram, you'll see that there's a trend now where people have embedded multiple photos into one post, and then you slide or swipe to the right to see more of those photos. So you can turn this into an actual presentation, very similar to PowerPoint slides. It's using 10 photos, and usually I would say you have only 8 photos because the first one is going to be a catchy title or a hook, and then the last one is going to be a call to action or CTA, or you want people to comment on the post or share the post, right? So you really have just 8 slides, but really this is where I find it to be very valuable, because it forces you to take that video script that you had, which is a lot longer, and chop it down even smaller and remove all the fat per se, and just put in the key points. I've also done the reverse, where I started with a carousel post first, and then it became an actual full-length YouTube video. It's a very interesting format for you to experiment with. And here's a bonus tip. You can actually turn it into a PDF format and then upload it to LinkedIn. And LinkedIn has its own function and ability to transform PDFs into swipeable slides, which is photo-based. So I highly recommend this carousel format for those of you who are quite graphical. You are very good with editing in Photoshop maybe, or maybe you can even do posts where they are very text heavy and still get away with a lot of things, but really it really forces you to narrow down and turn your ideas into precise and concise bullet points, and it's a good practice to keep things that way. People just don't have the attention span that they used to anymore. Too many distractions. Okay, we're going back to full circle here, because now you may have realized it, that we can actually take this video script and turn it into a full-fledged blog post. You just need to edit your presentation style a little bit, maybe add more paragraphs to it or break it up a bit, because the way you present on video might be a little bit more different, right? But this is a very easy way for you to just keep making more blog posts if you have a blog. And one thing to note about blogs is that they're also very searchable on Google if you manage to rank them high enough. So a pretty good investment right there. All this comes from just one video script. To summarize, you can start with one video script. Obviously, you turn that video script into an actual video, maybe for YouTube. And then from that video, you can extract the audio into a podcast episode. Next, you can transform your video into shorter bite-sized teaser clips, which you can upload on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. And then you can add a call to action at the end of the video to tell people to watch the full video on YouTube. The same thing goes with long form text. You can take that same video script and then post it on Instagram, maybe Facebook and LinkedIn, as something that people can read. Next, you can look at creating carousel slides. These are very similar to PowerPoint slides, where you take 10 photos and you are using those same points from the video script, and each point can be a photo where you have some text on it, some graphics on it, and it's something that is compiled nicely so that people can swipe on Instagram and LinkedIn to view it very similarly like viewing a PowerPoint presentation. And then finally, we can turn the actual video script, which is already in text, into a blog post, which is extremely searchable on Google. So out of all the examples I've given, let me know in the comment section below which ones would you like to learn more about. If you need more help on how to organize your content, check out this video right here. And then this video right here is all about you being more confident on camera. Thank you for watching till the end. If you like this content, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon so you won't miss any of my future videos.